Hey, it's Jonathan. Thanks for joining me today. Hope this video finds you in good fortune. If you like to buy the bottom, sell the top, make money in the middle, make sure you watch the video to the end because these guys are onto something and it's going to be good. So I want to introduce to you today the founders and CEOs of Smart Place, and they've been kind enough to agree to come on and tell me about their project, tell you about their project, and so this is good. Do you guys want to introduce yourself?
Yes, Jonathan, first of all, thank you so much for having us. We are totally happy to be here. Just a few sentences. My name is Björn, born and raised in Berlin, Germany. I actually have a legal background, but also a business background. I founded a data privacy company and also an IT development company in the past. And together with Hung, we are the both founders of Smart Places. I'm the CEO of Smart Places and also take care of all the legal challenges that will arise.
Good, good, yeah, good, good, good credentials. You always need a legal background somewhere in there. So because there's always something going to come up, right? That's how it is in
Yeah.
business. Okay.
Yeah, maybe something to add. Björn and me were both born and raised in Berlin, Germany. So
Okay.
we know each other for quite a while now. And it was like 4 years ago when we were talking about our idea that doing something, creating something, and yeah, think about how we can do something valuable to the society. So the initial idea was like 4 years ago where we talked about this idea, and since then we fully dedicated our time regarding this project, and we
Nice.
are
So this
now.
isn't, yeah. So it's just not like, oh, one day waking up, we're going to do this thing. It's you guys have a plan. I've seen some of your timeline and stuff, and it's it looks well thought out. So, and the project, the plan is, the concept of it is cutting edge. So,
Yeah, thank you.
so,
Thank you
so.
very much.
So I see you're going to have your land sale come up pretty soon. The way you're doing your NFTs and your metaverse, I mean, it's unlike anything else, and it's I'm excited to be a part of it. It's going to be very interesting. I see a lot of use cases. So because you want to tell me tell me about that
Yeah,
about
Yeah.
your
let's do that. Maybe one step back, because the land plot sale, yes, is the next big thing that is coming up. But in just one sentence, what Smart Places is, we are a decentralized social ecosystem
hmm
that rewards users for connecting and interacting in real life. And that is important to know that our vision is to bring people together in real life. That is the main idea behind all that. And as you mentioned, we are working on this project since years already. And the land plot sale now is, let's say, one part of that. The main background behind this idea actually came up when we considered that the society and maybe humanity in general, um, let's say, is heading in a direction which means that social life happens more and more in a virtual manner. And we think this is not only good, that creates opportunities, of course. The metaverse, we are all excited about what that brings up to us, but it also creates problems, right? So that means that we all are thinking, and especially us as a founder team, we think that there is a lack in physical real life interactions. That's what we think what is right now the problem. Many people like us sitting behind the desktop, but who is really going out and connecting in real life, right? So this is a challenge, and we secondly think that companies like Facebook or Instagram or the other social media companies, they actually what they do is not really fair, right? Because they take the data, they sell the data, and I mean, yes, it's all for free, but the users they have no benefits from that. And so our solution finally is to say that we want to again make it happen that people can connect in real life and interact in real life, and secondly also can benefit in a decentralized manner from this ecosystem. So just to put this background behind, and the land plot sale now offers opportunities in this regard, but it's one aspect of that.
Yeah, yeah. Well, I mean the the idea, the whole concept of the metaverse, how you're doing it as opposed to Facebook or any of the other 10,000 metaverses. Um, I see where people, like, say I want to start a yoga class, you know, and I just see where people are going to be able to start businesses off of it. Not just the aspect of being able to sell your own data, but you could start a yoga class on the beach. Everybody, we're going to meet here. If I understand it right, everybody, we're going to meet here at this time, and then as the people come in, you could actually make a revenue source off of that, and say you start a yoga class and you're going to charge everybody, whatever, $5 or something really cheap. If you're just starting out, it allows you to make a revenue source without charging your clientele, too much. We're just all going to meet at the beach. I could just see where people could really start. It's going to be almost a Kickstarter, for businesses. It's really, there's an aspect of that, if I understand it correctly, that people are going to be able to make a revenue from just meeting up in places. So, am I correct? Do I have that concept right, or?
No, that's totally correct. But just to point this out, our initial thought about our project was to connect people at the same time at the same place, to give them an application where they can firstly use technology in order to broadcast their thoughts and ideas with total privacy and data sovereignty.
Hmm.
Meaning that, for example, when I broadcast a thought or an interest, I don't want an intermediary to collect those data and use them against me at a certain point in the future.
Right.
So this is the basic case that we want to make use of the technology in order to enable people just to connect in real life situations, because there are so many situations where you have spontaneous ideas where you might want to connect with other people, and you want this in a safe and totally in a manner where you are totally private with your data and you choose which data you want to disclose. This is the basic idea of all this. What evolved during our long time on the whole process of our idea was that we said, okay, we offer a service where we bring people together. We have all those small local market where people come together. Those we are calling smart places. And there, of course, we thought, okay, it makes sense to also, when we think about the sustainability of this whole business model, we also have to think about revenues. And this is where all those businesses and the money stuff comes into place, where we say that you can also apply your businesses on all those crowded places, and you can monetize your data and so on. So in principle, regarding the creator economy aspect, yeah, we also, with the NFT Land Plot sales, we give the community also to participate in building this whole network, meaning that this is not us who define where this whole project is going. We leave it to the community and defining what is a smart place, what do they want to offer, for which reasons and purposes they want to bring people together. And this could be a yoga course, for example, or tutoring, or at the bar, the typical dating case, for example, for example, at exhibitions, how often you were at exhibitions where you collected so many business cards, but at the end of the day, you find out that you have talked to the wrong people. And when you would have a technical device or an app where you can broadcast your idea to ideally match with the right person. This, you save so much time when you can do this in a safe and privacy containing manner. Yeah, and this is the whole idea. In order to have this in a sustainable, in a long-term perspective, we also considered this whole ecosystem and revenue aspect, and that's why we think that we are totally excited which businesses will evolve in our system. Because when I look at our Discord and our community are writing about ideas, we are just at the beginning, and I saw so many cool ideas right now already. And it will be very exciting to see all those small business and small local markets evolve in the future.
Yeah. As you're talking about the land plots and stuff like that, the I see an aspect of it where if I'm logged in, then businesses around me can funnel me advertisement. If I'm at a town center or something like that, and it's time to eat, they could funnel me some kind of advertisement for a good lunch that they're offering, or something like that, or a local business. So it's really the advertisement is going to be able to be pumped really directly to the consumer on any given time, and and then the aspect of people being able to own the land plots, and any of the interactions that are taken on that land plot, then they'll be make a revenue off of that. This really gives ownership to individuals, and a smart individual would buy up an area and then advertise that area and advertise smart places, and I mean it's in the land itself is owning a business, right? I see where it could go into that aspect of it. So it's going to encourage people to spread the word, because everybody's going to want, you know, people to do business on their land and all that kind of stuff. So, and if you have local, if you own all the local land, then you can advertise locally, right? So,
Exactly.
This is initially our biggest challenge also from our side as a project initiator, because this can be a mass product, a product for the masses, but in order that people are getting aware of of this project, of this product, we need massive marketing, And either we do this on a centralized manner that we do all those things, the marketing activities and so on, or we let the community participate. And that's why we think that for us it's a new style of organization, business model, to include all those contributors into the build creation of this ecosystem. And this is where we are so excited about, because from my perspective, this is totally new. To include all those creators in creating this network. And from our side as a founders, also exciting because psychologically, it's always when you have a project idea, you have certain expectation how your project should evolve and should develop. But now we have a total different possibilities with blockchain technology, decentralization, and this whole idea to let users participate in these benefits when this whole network evolves. That this is totally exciting for us, and that's why Björn and me, or for me personally speaking, this is a venture where I say, okay, I will dedicate the next at least 5 years of my life spending on this certain project, because I'm so excited how this project, in which direction this will develop, because it gives so many opportunities, and I love creativity. I want to see all those ideas which the community is bringing into this whole ecosystem.
yeah,
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 yeah. Also, I totally agree. And what Tung said, I have absolutely the same opinion. It's totally interesting and exciting to see what the people, the community, especially on the Discord now, the creativity there, what they are already showing, like what could be a smart place, what could be a good place where people interact in real life. Um, what plot I would choose, maybe I change it, but what would I choose in the first stage, right? And how could it look like later? What can I do with that? That's so exciting to see that, and in general, the feedback that Hung and me that we received in regards to this project is amazing, because the people, they see that we really want to connect people in real life, and people see that there is a kind of lack right now, and that there's missing something, and so they like this vision as well, and this gives both of us a lot of power, also a lot of energy.
Yeah, yeah. It's it's a great idea, guys. It's definitely a worthy cause to dedicate your time to, and it's going to, like you said, it's going to be really exciting to see what the community comes up with, um, and how they take ownership of their plots and interact with the social media, what people think of, because it's a very, I mean, it's a whole platform. It's a whole platform of, every aspect of it. The identification, you can do the identification. You can do shopping. Um, you could even integrate medical. The social media is, in my opinion, and I think many other opinions as well. I've heard people talk about it, but that basically is your ID. We're globalizing, and this is going to be your identification of, ultimately, your social media presence, and and the way that this can be integrated into all fields, depending how it goes out. Like I said, medical and all that kind of stuff. So it's just very interesting. It's very interesting. I'm very excited about the project. So the land launch is in what was it? April. Whoops. Let's see what I do. I hit the wrong button. Um, it's in April 1st. Was that? Did I read that right? Let's see where I'm at.
No, it's actually a bit later. We're planning middle or end of April. Then there will be
Okay.
the first 5,000, and yeah, the wholesale will be up to 80,000.
Okay. Now, how big are these plots? I see. Are these going to be like square blocks? Or are these going to be, how large are these plots going to be? Is this going to be like a city block, or is it going to be larger than that? Are they going to be, 4 city blocks, or how is that going to work? How large are they plots?
They're actually 100 meters times 100, so you can imagine more or less two soccer fields. That's
Okay.
so important. That's why we've chosen this area. Let's call it that way, because we want that people in real life really can see each other. So it has to be a kind of eyesight, and that's why we've chosen this kind of square meter.
Right. Okay. So on your timeline, I see here you're setting up strategic partnerships right now, and then you're going to have your NFT land plot sale. Um, I could actually share this if no, but and also actually I did want to say one thing. If anybody's listening and you have not heard about this project, I encourage you to go check it out. But basically, the basic concept is that you're going to have a metaverse that's actually the real world, and the land plots you're going to be able to own, basically GPS coordinates, and then you'll be able to monetize those GPS coordinates depending on the interactions um, that are acted out on those coordinates. Um, so that's what the NFT land plots. Now, when is I understand you're going to have a map. When is the map going to be up where we can go on there and kind of find our plots and see where they're at and all that stuff?
This will be directly short before the mint date. Yeah, where the people can play with the map and can get used to all those functionalities. But we have a big focus that this will be very easy, understandable, and that the user will have an easy onboarding on this. So it will be some days before the mint date, I think.
Okay. Now, how is your sale going to work? Um, i- is it going to be like one of those, uh, well, here we always say Walmart TV sales where everybody breaks the door down and goes try to buy. Is it going to be one of these things, or is there going to be? I know you're not going to do whitelist. Is there going to be a thing where people can queue up, or how is that going to work? Can you give me some information on the process there? Or
Yeah, the big focus is on a fair distribution, but also we say that yeah, it's like a first come, first serve. So people gotta have to make their mind in front which places they want to choose. And also, maybe I would recommend it to our potential purchasers to have some alternative plans because we all know that all those popular places will be occupied or will be also selected by other people. And so it may be more smart to have some alternatives at hand, yeah.
Sure,
So
sure.
that's all we can say about this.
Okay. All right. All right. And then I see after that you're gonna have your ISPO. How's that going to work? Can you give me some information on that or?
That's actually not, we are not that far in the plannings because we are concentrating, and that is also for us a very crucial, let's say, time frame is the launch of the app. Because in summer we will launch it, will be on iOS and Android, and we are putting all our focus on that because these are what I mentioned, these both elements, the land plot sale on the one hand, and the app on the other hand. And so there we put a lot of emphasis on right now.
Okay. Okay. So that's your focus. Right. Right. And the land plots are going to be able to be traded on any of the any of the NFT stores and all that kind of stuff. So people can actually buy them just for initial investments, just to flip them if they choose to. And then later on down the road, you're going to have uh, some I guess some kind of platform where you're going to be able to switch out different land plots if you decide to change your mind on land plots or.
Yeah,
Exactly.
definitely. We are working with NFT Maker, who are our minting partner on this part. But later on, of course, the NFTs can be traded on respective marketplaces. Yeah, we are at the moment with talks with several marketplaces. And yeah, for sure, you can flip your NFT, which I would not recommend on this initial stage, but
Right. But you're gonna have some flippers, yeah. But
yeah.
I mean, if you get a good plot, I, unlike other metaverses, really, um, each NFT is one of a kind. You know what I'm saying? It's not that just that you're minting NFTs, and you have a grade of different rarities, but each NFT is a one of a kind. So it's kind of like Ada handles, or
Mhm.
something like that. Each one is a one of a kind. So this adds actually even more value to them because once you get that one that you want, so now is to encourage purchasing plots that may not be so desirable. Have you guys thought about any kind of process to address that, or just by people wanting to hold plots, maybe off in the boondocks or something like that?
I think, yeah, the definition of smart places is so individual. So what I consider as a smart place must not be considered by you as a smart place. So I think there will be many, yeah, posts and storytelling what people consider, what they consider as a smart place. So there will be many surprises, what will surprise us in the future, how creativity goes. Yeah,
Hmm.
so I think it will be a fun process witnessing this. And and the other thing is what is a smart place today, a crowded place, for example. Let's say you consider a popular club or discotheque as your smart place because you think that this is a crowded place which can be perfectly targeted by a beverage company. Yeah, this smart place must not be a smart place in a year anymore because you never know that whether the operator shuts down the doors, you know. So this is also an developing system, and we give the NFT owner the full flexibility also to change their land plot. Yeah, so we think this is a very charming possibility for the NFT holder to be able to switch the smart places when the circumstances changes. Yeah.
Right. Let's see. I wanted to pull your. There was a couple questions I had about. Yeah, because you're going to want to be able to switch, um, be able to switch your plot just for that reason, because things are changing all the time, and you're going to want to own your. If I have a physical business, I'd want to own that plot. Now, are the people that own the plots, are they going to have any input as to what advertisement is directed to the individuals on that plot using that plot? Is that an aspect of it that we're going to see, or?
Yeah, or maybe you can turn this around. Either you, as an NFT land plot owner, you can do your own efforts in order to attract some businesses, advertisers to this, or you can have other people doing this for you, and you just pulling the rents of this. Yeah, so you can choose whether you want to invest your time, yeah, in order to generate revenue, or just you can also have the possibility to like a lease or renting system, letting others. For example, I'm coming from the real estate business. So from my side, for example, there's also a possibility that you hire like a real estate broker company and doing all those work for you. And you just as a land plot owner, it's like a property owner, just pulling the rent, and other people are doing the work for you. So there are so many possibilities uh, where you can structure your business as a land plot owner. Yeah,
Right. Yeah.
and
Yeah, that
mm,
goes right back to the business aspect of it and people taking ownership. There's
mm,
going to be I really see a ownership aspect of that, like you just said. Uh, if you say you get a land plot with a mall on it, I mean, you could just go around to all the businesses in the mall and say, look, this is what show them what the deal is and all that stuff, and we'd like for you to advertise on this. And if you like to advertise with us, yeah, this is that's it's brilliant. It really is. It brings it's even better than back to the decentralized aspect of things. It's even better than having a corporation funneling advertisement to people because, and this may be a selling point for you guys in the future too, is this is really going to encourage local business because you're
mm,
going to have, you'll have local business owners of the NFTs, and then they can promote the local businesses instead of all the advertisement funneled into this small group of people that are willing to pay the most.
mm.
They can choose what businesses locally that, which is, I would say, would be an excellent selling point to this. Another aspect of this that's just great. It's just a great idea. So let's see. Um, So how are people going to be rewarded for? I'm assuming that you have a smart token coming out. When is that coming out? And look, I tried to get everybody to join. I mean, 10,000 tokens before 1,000, and then your Discord went from like 200 people to like 4,000 overnight, and it was when it started catching on. But if anybody that didn't become an early bird missed out, right? But still opportunities. So when's the token coming out, and how is that going to be distributed? I know there's going to be that drop for those early birds, and then the other people that came in afterwards, up to 4,000. How's that going to work? Is there any information you can give me on that, or?
Yeah, the IDO will definitely be in the second half of this year. Yeah, and having a look at our tokenomics, you see that we have a big distribution for ecosystem incentives, meaning that all those people who contribute in this ecosystem, and this is just posting, broadcasting interest, and yeah, contributing to this ecosystem, and thus they earn token. Yeah, in doing so, and this is also what we call connect to earn. Yeah, all you have to do is connect with other people in real life situations, broadcast your thoughts. You never know whether you will match another person who is directly around you. Yeah, and this is the initial idea of our. This is the big value we see in our ecosystem, that people broadcast their ideas in order to connect with other people. And also, in the later stage, we consider that those land plot owners also participate in this token rewarding system. Um, yeah, in creating all those smart places. So we have a definitely exciting months ahead, because after we have done the land plot sales, it's done, and after having done the yeah, short phase of ISPO. We will then do the IDO, and in an ideal case, we also have our mobile app launched on the iOS and Android platform. Yeah, so the users can immediately start to mine those tokens.
Okay, yeah, I kind of caught something there. I think I heard you right, but so the land plot owners can actually offer incentives to people that want to, it's just not coming all from a central hub, but the land plot owners can actually offer incentives to people that want to have functions on their land or things of that nature. Or did I hear that correctly? Or
Yes, that's a possibility. We really consider then because we want this landhold owners that they promote these social interactions, and the best measure for that is to exactly do this via tokens. So yes.
okay, very good, very good. Let's see. See what else we got. It's just a great project. I'm very anxious to hear more on what's coming out, and
Maybe
so
just one question, other way around. What do you think? What's your favorite smart place if you could choose? I don't know if you
oh,
want to see about that.
I can't
Would
I
be
can't
interesting.
tell you. I can't tell you. Everybody's gonna want it. Probably, uh,
Thank you. Tell us later.
yeah, yeah. I can tell you later. Um, no, I was thinking about this, and just you want a couple aspects. You want people on their phone, right? You want people on their phone. You want them interacting with the social media site and with smart places, um, and you want them to be interacting with each other. So I don't want to go into great detail, but I have some ideas. I mean, there's almost, obviously the obvious things are shopping centers and stuff like that. There's going to be a great opportunity to, you know, advertise, build a business. I mean, these are going to be individual businesses. You have plenty of people interacting with each other. I don't know how you're going to set that up, but if there actually has to be physical contact between people, like say in a shopping center, is it just people interacting in that area, or do they actually have to come together and interact with each other, or that would be an aspect of it as well. Whether just using the site in your specific land, or if they have to actually interact with each other is
Yeah, and actually we have two layers in the application. We have one, let's say, classical social media layer, which is more or less that what we now more or less know, like Twitter a bit in this regards. So there also the interactions are rewarded where people interact with each other that are not directly locally connected, also not directly at the same place. And the other layer, which really means that you are at this land plot, so that you really are at a smart place in the real world together and you see each other. This is the other level, which we actually prefer because that really means real life interactions. But as I mentioned, we have these two options, so it's not totally necessary to have the people only at a certain place.
I can see people running around with two phones meeting themselves right now. I can see it. They have like four phones running around. I've heard people, different businesses giving away different things, like Uber when they were giving away the free rides, or they were giving away, the cabbies would drive themselves around and get the free, cabs and fares and all that kind of stuff. The
Right.
Uber drivers.
We already heard a lot of feedback from, or some feedback now from some restaurants, for example. They said, okay, guys, that's nice because I really would love to guide some users. Here's a big park, for example, next to these restaurants. And they say it would be great if these users, also these park visitors, come to my place in my restaurant. So I incentivize to come here. And if they come, they are rewarded with tokens. And so this guide functionalities, like what you said, I would looking at the phone and go somewhere because they're guided there and incentivized to go there. Yeah, let's see where this leads to.
Right. Now, everybody on the platform, actually, on that note, everybody on the platform, are they going to be, are they going to have to be identified, right? I mean, that's an aspect of it, actually talking about having two phones or whatever. But is this is anybody going to be able to sign up? What's the sign up process? Have you thought about the security of the platform? Or so somebody doesn't run around with 10 phones and meet themselves everywhere. It's like, man, this guy's
Yeah, we,
popular. He's got 100 phones. You know.
yeah, we intentionally decided to have the onboarding process very easy.
Mhm.
So the sign up would be just with the phone number, no profile, no private data, only if you opt for this, but it's just the phone number. And of course, a user can have like 10 phones, but do you know a person who has more than two phones?
Yeah.
Not really,
Not
but
really.
but of course, there's a possibility. There's also with Pokemon Go, there was this picture of this
Okay.
man on the bicycle
Yeah, I
with
saw that. Yeah.
20 mobile phones collecting all those Pokemon eggs. Yeah, of course, there's a possibility, but I think the hurdle is very high to get several phones. So we think that people who want to to exploit the system, when you can say this word, it's not so easy. And also we can also because every phone has a unique ID. Yeah, and
Yeah.
every time when two IDs connect and or interact with one another, those this is somehow recorded on those decentralized storages. And of course, there will be a function that you have decreasing rewards
Diminishing
when you see
returns. Yeah.
exactly when you see that always the same ID is matching with one another. So this is not the intention of this whole rewarding system. So we have already considered this in order to have a fair token distribution. Yeah, but this is very standard. So users are aware of this. We will make this very transparent and clear that if it's always the same IDs matching, that the rewards will diminish. Yeah.
Right. Right. Now, and that's another. You mentioned Pokemon Go. That's another. How much of it are you guys going to build into the smart places? Are you going to maybe do some games, or is this going to be a thing that you're going to spin up and basically let it take a life of its own? I know you're going to build the platform itself, but is there going to be additions and all that kind of to it? I mean, Pokemon Go is a great concept on top of this because people are going to be out. I could see this being rolled into augmented reality and things of that nature as well. Um, what are your thoughts on that? And how much are you going to build out? I suppose.
As we consider our project also as a real world use case, what normal people, let's say non-crypto users, are which we are onboarding, we have so many fields of interest where we can gain attention. For example, imagine just an influencer who travels the world with like 10 million followers on Instagram. I think from his side, he's aware or he wants that the beaches are clean, for example. Yeah, and it's so easy to set up some stories where this influencer, for example, puts some tokens which he buys from himself in order to reward people to have his favorite beach clean, for example. Yeah, so the possibilities and all those games, what you also have in Pokemon Go, there are various marketing campaigns we also have at hand. Be surprised what we will deliver in the future. But you can imagine there are endless use cases, and we just have to consider with which marketing campaigns we start. Yeah, because speed is also a crucial factor in our project. Yeah, we definitely aim mass adoption. Our project can work all around the world, and so yeah, the possibility to broadcast showcases is limitless. So we have some smart people in our team also who doing nothing else than making their mind of this. We have people who have access to very popular locations and brands with with a huge exposure to the normal followers and normal people. So this would be there will be many surprises our community will witness in the near future.
That's actually, and I just thought of this question while you're talking. How is so if I have a land plot and I want to go have local businesses sign up. I mean, I'm assuming that you'll probably have a central hub where I could direct them to. They could sign up for, have you thought about that process? I'm sure, well, I'm sure you have, but is that going to be available when the app comes out, or how's that going to work? Is that
Definitely. We are about to develop this whole system because, as you can imagine, the normal businesses, they're not used to crypto
right?
at this stage now. So we started having talks like 1.5 years ago with our businesses here in Berlin, Germany, and there's many educational work to be done. You have to have the right persons who can talk to them to sell those ideas in a very simplistic way. And in the background, we are starting to develop those dashboards and also to explain to the business how this whole system works. Yeah. So in simple words, it's just for the business side, it's just buying tokens, which will be then left in a vault and then will be released under certain conditions which are met, what he wants the users to behave. Yeah, for example, visiting his shop or make some posts about this shop, for example. Yeah, but this is all in production in development stage, and this is what we consider to have yeah, right after the app launch. Yeah, we start onboarding business because we are also have the majority of our team is in Berlin, but also we are very well spread in whole Germany and Switzerland and Austria, where we start selecting our partners with good exposure to the public people. Yeah.
Sure, sure. All right. Well, I'm very excited. I'm very excited. So what can we expect next? What's the next big thing coming out? What can we expect next? Or what's the date of the next big thing coming out? I know we're gonna have the land sale, but you have any big announcements coming up or that we can look forward to?
Oh, that's a good question because at this moment we have so many issues or many yeah, how do you say? At the moment, we are totally focused on our land plot sale.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because there are also some questions left which we have to discuss in our team. But yeah, be excited. We will stay in our Discord. We will then disclose some cool and ideas because we have so many activities and campaigns in our hands, and so we have to smartly plan all those. Maybe Björn, do you have something in mind you want to?
Yeah, we will soon come up with, on the one hand, some at least screenshots, and what you also mentioned, some clickable versions of how does it will look like then. Yeah, and we still, and that we will keep that, is asking the community and also includes them in this whole process and discussing with them further iterations or ideas, because we have, of course, our plan, but it's for us totally important to have them on board and to also, yeah, let's say include these kind of ideas that they have. So next steps will be that the community get more information about the land plot sale, how it will look, and how will be the concrete process. But as you said, it's not much time. We have around 2 or 3 weeks, and then it starts already. So we recommend to, yeah, just stay excited and keep our Discord, keep an eye on.
All
Maybe
right.
one hint when we're talking about Easter eggs, which can
Right.
be perfectly placed on those land plots. Yeah, it's a perfect case for us also to include other projects of the Cardano ecosystem, for example. Yeah, and maybe there are some good opportunities to bring up some cool surprises, and yeah, because this is a community project, yeah. And we are also in talks with other partners, and I think there are some cool ideas with regards to those Easter egg things. So I think there's much to offer for the active community. Yeah, what the a land plot can bring for them. Yeah.
Right, right. Lots of involvement. Okay. Well, is there anything else you want to add before we call it the end, or anything else you want to say? You good? All
Thanks
right.
for having us, first of all. It's really great
Excellent.
that you're also that excited that we are. It's very amazing.
Yeah, I'm so excited about the project. I really am, and I really appreciate you guys' time. I do. I'm glad you came on, and I look forward to maybe doing it again later or something like that, or just following your project. Um, so I encourage everybody to join their Discord and to follow them on social media, their Twitter channels, check out their website. Lots of interesting things going on, and so very good.
Yeah. So much.
Perfect. Thank you so much.
Okay. All right. Well, y'all are beautiful, and I'll see you next time.